Hey guys, great to have you here today, and I'm going to go over a great video, probably one of the most common questions that I get, and that's when I'm working through swing changes, how can I go out and play with my friends, have a good time, and have an enjoyable round? We're going to go over three very important concepts with this. So number one is we got to trust that any swing changes that we're making, that happens on the practice tee. We need to be doing those in your living room, getting in the shadow strokes and the reps there, going to the driving range and making those things start to become ingrained, start to become part of our muscle memory, if you want to call it that, on the tee box, on the practice range, only on the practice range. Now when you're going out to the course, we're going to trust that the work that we've done on the practice range is going to carry over just subconsciously. We don't even really want to even think about it. We just want to go out and visualize the shot and play the shot when we're on the course. If our technique is getting better, it's going to show up on the course. Is it going to be perfect? No, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to take a little bit of time to start to ingrain itself. If you do want to take some technique to the course, then I recommend just doing one piece at a time. You don't want to go and have 5 different swing thoughts when you're on the course. Maybe take one key, preferably something that gives you some positive thoughts when you're thinking about that, and kind of have that same swing key throughout the entire round. So let me go over one of the things that I think about and one of the things that I've maybe struggled with a little bit. So whenever in my downswing, I have a tendency to keep my right heel on the ground too long. So you see how my heel's on the ground? This is something that I've done for years, ever since I was young. It's gotten a lot better over the last couple of years. I really don't have to think about it very much anymore, and it starts to come up. So an incorrect swing thought would be, make sure that you have your heel come up, or don't keep your heel on the ground, right? That's kind of a negative. That doesn't get me in a positive mindset. What I might think is, let your heel come around and finish in a powerful follow through. That's giving me some good thoughts. I'm thinking about power. Subconsciously, it's kind of rings in my mind and feels pretty good. That may be a good swing thought. So let's go ahead and try one out here, where I'm going to make a swing, and I'm going to have powerful finish and let your heel come on around. So I'm giving myself this positive feedback before I ever make a swing. Let's give it a whirl. There we go, crushed that one right down the middle. Hopefully my heel started to come up a little bit. And if you're curious, we barely want that heel starting to come up right as we're around impact. Anything around there is pretty good. We don't want to have that heel way on the ground, way past impact. So that's really good. We've talked about how swing technique, swing mechanics are for your practice, they're for the driving range. Thoughts that are positive are for the course. Now there's another technique here in motor learning called feed forward. And this is when, before I ever make a swing, when you're going out on the course, I want you to do this every single time. I'm getting a visual representation in my mind of what a good shot feels like, and I really want you to use a lot of your senses. So now I'm thinking in my mind as I'm making my practice swings, how is that going to feel in my body to make a really nice solid swing? How is it going to feel when it hits the face? How is it going to sink the ball? I almost feel like the ball is sinking into the face. The club is just smashing into the ball. The ball is melting into the face and then exploding off there with a lot of power. What's that going to sound like? We've all hit those shots where it sounds like a cannon. It just comes off and it's so much more solid. It's got a deeper sound to it. Visualize that in your mind before you ever go. And then finally, I want to step back behind this ball and I want to see, what does the ball flight look like? How is it going to go in the air? How high is it going to be? Which way is it going to launch? And that's really going to help me to visualize this in my mind. So before I ever swing, I'm putting myself in this positive mindset. I want to have my chest really nice and high, and then to cap it all off, maybe it's have that powerful finish with the heel coming around. So I'm going up to this shot again, I'm visualizing in my mind, what is it going to feel like in my body? Even though I'm not moving the club, I'm feeling that in my mind's eye. That's what's called feed forward. Before you ever swing, you're giving yourself not feedback, but feed forward. Feedback for what's going to happen in the future. So I'm feeling this in my mental eye, in my mind's eye. I'm hearing what that's going to sound like. I'm feeling the club face, and I'm seeing what that shot is going to look like. Let's go ahead and try to rip another one. There we go, right down the middle again. So there, I'm seeing that in my mind's eye. If it's a little bit off, you may not be perfect every time, but that's how you take the technique to the course. Leave the technique on the driving range and trust it's going to build in over time. And then when you're on the course, use these mental tricks to get in your best state, your best mindset, and let that technique happen. I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, hope y'all really enjoyed this video. This is going to help you to really turn that corner and take it to the course, get that one swing key. But what else do I do? How do I really need to learn? And I have a great mini series. We got 4 videos that are going to go over how you can incorporate getting out of your comfort zone and getting into the learning zone so you can learn absolutely as fast as possible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a preview from the first video in that series. It talks about how our brain learns and how we can really improve faster than anyone around us. So if you want to check out that entire video, just go ahead and click the link in the iCard. You're going to be able to see that entire video, plus you're going to get 5 bonus videos from the Top Speed Golf system. Instant access to those when you click on the iCard. So best of luck. I'll see you guys in the learning series. Hi guys, welcome back. I got a really exciting series for you. We're going to talk about the fastest way to improve. Golf is a very specific skill, so we need to not only have height and strength and be fast like we would traditionally think of that, we also need that hand-eye coordination, and we need the muscle memory to be able to hit the golf ball really, really solid and really well. And that all starts out inside your brain with your neurons. So basically, if we boil it down to the simplest way possible, we can imagine this is a neuron here, and I'll do my best to kind of do a simplified version of this. So basically, the more we practice, and more specifically, the more specific or the right way that we practice, the more of these guys that we're going to build, and the more accurate they're going to be, because when I have more and more of them interconnected, I get more what we call muscle memory, or I get more control of the golf club. And what that does is that speeds up the signal. So a really trained neuron, that can fire up to 275 miles an hour. So if you're looking at a world-class golfer, maybe a guy that's really fast, like a Bubba Watson, Tiger Woods, hitting the ball a long way, they have really fast neurons that allow them to transmit that signal faster. Usain Bolt would be another good example.